Right friends, welcome to the ultimate in fish and chip tutorials. This is how to do fish and chips to perfection. I'll tell you what, yeah, I've done a fish and chip vid in the past, but recently I've had a bit of an issue with my fish and chips. It's really gone to shit. I have done a bit of a scientific experiment, I have nailed it down, and I've got how to make the perfect fish and chips. And it saves you an absolute fortune, and it's better. Right, so I've peeled some potatoes and chopped them chunky. I'm parboiling them. I'm parboiling the chips, for about 10 minutes so they just soften nice inside. We'll have a look from that moment on. Right, so it's really important that you get your fish good and dry. Here I've got some cod loin. I'm just going to put it onto a clean tea towel. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm just going to pat it and I'm going to leave it wrapped up whilst the chips finish their first parboil and fry. We'll have a look when we pop the chips into the fryer. Right, so when you've parboiled them for about 10 minutes, remember, we're not making mashed potato, we're just softening the taters, softening the chips. Drain them off, make sure that you've shaken all of the water away, and then leave them sat for at least 5 minutes with the lid off, and that'll let all that steam evaporate. Right, so we've let them evaporate all that steam off, so they're now cooled a bit, but that doesn't matter, but it's more to the point of getting rid of the moisture. I'm going to drop them into this hot oil. Now I'm just going to get a spatula in. Watch out for the steam that might still come off from the burning fat. Just move them around gently, otherwise you're going to end up with a mushy mess. Cool, that'll do. Right, I'm going to par fry them actually. I'm going to par fry them until they are golden brown on the outside, and then I'm going to take them out and I'm going to rest them for at least 20 minutes. Perfect fish and chips this. Right, so we've dried the fish, we've let it sit there in that tea towel for a good while. I've got a couple of ounces of self-raising flour. Into that I'm going to put half a teaspoon of salt, just normal table salt. I'm going to mix it in. Now I'm going to put the fish onto a plate. I'm just going to basically cover them in this flour and salt mix. Rub it in. There won't be a great deal of moisture in this fish because I've dried it so well, but the idea of this flour is going to just soak up any excess liquid that we don't want. Right, there you go, that'll do. So I will get another plate, put the fish on there. Right, so when you floured it, pour in, I don't know, half a can of beer. Any beer you want, we use cheapo Carling. Because Carling's the best. I'm looking for a sponsor. Get your salt, put about another quarter of a teaspoon or so in there. Whisk it up, get the leftover flour from when you floured the fish. Just bang it straight in. Deal with that in a minute, and then just make up your batter. Now there is no quantity, you just do it until you think it's of a good consistency. Real cooking. In the old days I used to say, dip your finger in it, and when you can't see your finger through the batter, it was of a good consistency. Now I got that off a guy called Ian Hewitson. He was an Australian fella, and he was called Never Trust a Skinny Chef, which makes sense. But to be honest, I think it wants to be thicker now. There, that's it. That's it. It's almost between a crepe and an American pancake. Look at that, that's bang on. Right, what you want to do, get your oil to a good temperature of 300, a steady temperature of 350 Fahrenheit. And let's get some in. Go on, Jack, jump down. Let's just double check. If this is wrong, I'm going to stop the vid, friends. 320. Yeah, well, it's like between 320 and 350. Any hotter than that, and it's just going to blow the batter straight off the fish. Right, come on, let's go. Where is it there? So you want to get your fish, drop it into the batter, make sure it's fully coated all around like that. Sat nicely in it. It gets a bit slippy, friends. I mean, you could just go to a fish and chip shop, but hey, you won't get to see me burn myself. And hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Then let go. And it floats. Right, that is how to drop the fish into oil. I'm going to turn that off because I think it's just a bit of the hot side. Right, we'll pop the rest of them in and then we'll have a look when they're cooking. I'm thinking probably about maybe 6 or 7 minutes sat in this hot oil, and then we're going to get some of the best home fried fish you're ever going to get. Right, so we've had about 7 minutes. Now I'm just going to sit the fish. I've tossed it once because I like tossing it, and I'm going to sit it on the wire rack while I finish off the chips. So the chips have been sat for about 20, maybe 25 minutes, thereabouts. I'll get these scraps out. That's just the stuff that's come off the fish when we've dropped it in. My goodness, that is good to eat. I'll set that to the side. I'll drop the chips in, maybe another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll have a look what this looks like on the plate. Right, friends, so we've done our parboiled chips. We've got a beautiful fish, and we've got the byproduct, which is the scraps. Right, ignore the chips, ignore the scraps. Let's go into that fish. Man. If you go to a chippy, you're going to struggle to find one that'll sell you fish and chips as cool as that. Now, because we floured the fish so much, can you see how there's like that layer? There's sort of a layer between the fish and the batter. I actually really like that. That for me is unbelievable fish and chips. So, yeah, that's what caused that. Friends, right, you go to a chippy, it's going to cost you, look at that, come on. You go to a chippy, it's going to cost you about 20 quid for 3 portions of fish and 3 portions of chips, because they're a bunch of robbing bastards and it's out of order. But if you go to a shop, you can buy, you don't have to buy cod loin, you can get collie, or you can get pollock, or you can get any white fish, bassa. Go to Aldi and buy a bag of frozen bassa, it's going to cost about 5 quid for a bag of it. You can make this amazing fish and chips on your own, just for crack. You can have fun with kids, you'll get fresher, better fish and chips. Taste better than out you'll buy in them dirty, old school fast food restaurants. Before I go, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you want me to cook. If you want me to cook anything specific, even if I've never done it before, I'll have a go at it. So I hope you enjoyed it, friends. Cook for freedom. Bye bye, friends. Bye bye.